Usa ka pagtuo, usa ka tingog, usa ka katawhan. Cebu Catholic Television Network.
Hello Cebu, maayong buntag. Yaksunta ang kahayag nga nagsulid sa matuod, nadagan sa panghitabo. Hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy. Ang katutulungan sa mga katawhan. Hello Cebu, hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Hello Cebu, may buntag Pinoy, adlaw karon nga Biyernes, adlaw sa tungbalaang Bata Senyor Santo Niño, pitsa 9 sa buwan sa Enero, tuig 2026. Sangan sa akong partner nga si Attorney John Destacamento, kanyang alagad sa kahanginan Malu Inocando Tabar, uban nimi hangtod sa alas 9 karong buntagas tung programang Hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy. Dili ta maglangan, ato dayang ipadangat kining ato ang labing uwahing pagbana-bana sa lakat sa kahimtang sa panahon. Gikan sa Pag-asa Mactan, Miss Ana Dumdum, good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning sa atong tanang tigpaminaw. Makanitang weather update. Sa kasamtangan, ang shearline o hangi-amihan nagapiktar karon sa dakong bahin sa Luzon and easterly sa nagapiktar sa naging bahin sa tuang nasod, nakipatiri sa Kabisayaan. And so far, karong adlaw, wala tayo na monitor na LPA or bagyo nga posibleng makapiktar nato karong adlaw and in the next duol nga mga adlaw. Sa forecast weather condition sa Central Visayas, makasilati kita og generally fair weather. Gawa sa tsansa sa mga patak-patak nga pag-ulan or ganing mga rain showers or thunderstorms dala sa easterlies. Sa hangin og sa kadagatan, hinay nga to sa kasarangan nga hangin gikan sa amin ng siglakan ang magapasulabi and atong kadagatan malinawon nga to sa kasarangan. Diri sa ubang kadagatan na ay paghunas unyang alas 9 sa kabuntagon ug mataob unyang alas 3:16 sa kahabonon. And temperature forecast nato karong adlaw sa Metro Cebu naa sa 26 to 31 degrees Celsius. And ang adlaw mo salop alas 5:38 unyang hapon. Ug mao kana atong weather update gikan diri sa Dios sa Pag-asa Visayas. Kini si Ana Dumdum and maayong buntag ug daghang salamat.
Miss Ana?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am, nagkaduol na ang kasaulugan no, sa Pista Senyor. Kumusta man sad ang ato ang weather outlook for the next few days, especially paingon na sa January 18 nga maugyod ang adlaw sa kapistahan ni Senyor Santo Niño?
Karon na week, ma'am, is generally fair weather tano until sa Tuesday. Apan ma-expectag na tay more chance of raining after this week. So second week ini pasingabot sa tung adlaw Santo Niño. And but so far sa karong nga week wala man tayo gina-monitor po na maot nga tempo sa panahon. So padayon lang atong pag-monitor and if ever na amang gani significant change or possible weather disturbance.
Daghang salamat Miss Ana Dumdum ug maayong buntag niyo tanan dinha sa Pag-asa Mactan. Karon na rita sa to ang front pages sa mga pamantalaang lokal ug nasyonal atong sugdan sa Sunstar Daily. Sa Sunstar Daily, worker dies after landfill gives way. Sa Super Balita sa Sunstar, kapin sa 20 katawo na trap. Sa The Freeman, Fiesta Senyor opens, Faith and Unity mark penitential walk. Sa Banat News, sa The Freeman, landslide sa basura sa Binalyo, daghang mga trabahante natabunan. Sa Philippine Daily Inquirer, De Lima and Erice ask Supreme Court, junk 150 billion peso standby funds. Sa Philippine Star, unprogrammed funds challenged before Supreme Court. ug sa Manila Bulletin, Viva Jesus Nazareno. Samtang sa Tempo, Show of Faith, Manila on full alert as millions join Nazareno Traslacion. Mao katong front pages sa mga pamantalaang lokal ug nasyonal. Sa mong pagbalik, amoy padangat kaninyo ang ato mga balita ug duna sabtay mga bisita. Please stand by.
Hello Cebu, hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Discover the beauty of the Philippines. With Philippine Airlines, the country's flag carrier. The airline that lets you feel the warmth of the nation. Mabuhay!
Ngadto sa mga domestic o mga international natong mga bisita dinhi sa Cebu, welcome sa atong kasaulugan sa 2026 Sinulog Festival. A little backgrounder, kini bagong pulong sinulog nagikan ni sa Cebuano nga dialect mga sulog, meaning the current movement of water, no? So, ato magong associate na ning current movement of water sa atong nasinati nga katalagman ni atong Bagyong Tino, no? So, hinaot pa sa tabang ni Senior Santo Niño, malipayon ang atong pagsaulog sa atong Sinulog 2026 minus ang mga katalagman. Viva Pit Senior!
On behalf of Fairchild Cooperative, I would like to thank all the members who have been with us all these years and who continue to support and patronize our services. At this time, I would also like to invite new members who will be part of our growth and push forward for a bigger cooperative movement, not just in Region 7, but the entire country of the Philippines.
Fairchild Cooperative. Your cooperative, your community, your partner for life.
Let your appetite be just right at Sixto and Bening Meat Store. Sixto and Bening Meat Store specializes in chorizo, tocino, beef, and pork tapa. Sixto and Bening Meat Store is located at stall number 4849, Unit 1, Meat Section at the Carbon Public Market, Cebu City, with telephone numbers 256-1581 and 259-6569. It's the place where you can find the best meat deal in town. Buying your fresh meat at a low price? Come to Sixto and Bening Meat Store.
Hello Cebu, hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Balik sa Hello Cebu, may buntag Pinoy. O karon sa atong mga balita.
Nagunas to mga balita karong buntaga, kapulisan sa syudad sa Sugbo mihulagway nga hapsay ug malinawon ang Walk with Jesus nga may opening salvo sa Misa Novena sa kapistahan ni Senyor Santo Niño. Kapin sa 200,000 ka mga deboto ang misalmot sa prosesyon gikan sa Fuente Osmeña Rotunda painguna sa Pilgrim Center sa Basilica Minore del Santo Niño. Ang kasayuran ihatod ni Arnold Bustamante.
Gihunagway sa kapulisan sa sulod sa Sugbo nga hapsay malinaw og nasunod ra ang security plan nga ilang gagay pangandaman tol sa relihiyosong kalihukan nga mao ang Walk with Jesus ika sa Fuentes Mende Rotunda paingon sa Pilgrim Center sa Basilica Minor del Santo Niño nga gisugdan sa alas 4 ang takna sa kadlawon. Mato ni Police Lieutenant Colonel Jose Los Baños ang information officer sa Cebu City Police Office nga gibanabana 240,000 ka mga debotong Katoliko ang misalmot sa prosesyon ug walay bisan usa ka insidente ang nanadawat. Among gidakanon ilang gibase sa pag-estimate sa Cebu City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office kini nagpasabot nga nasunod sa mga tao ang gipatuman nga protokol sa kapulisan sama sa pagnunot sa prosesyon nga dili magdinuutay ug uban pa.
Very manageable ang crowd.
Crowd estimate na to, sir?
Crowd estimate is more or less 240,000 based sa data sa CCDRE mo.
Gitugan ni Los Baños gadaghan na misalmot sa Walk with Jesus karon itandi sa miaging tuig tungod sa pagtuo nga misamot ang debosyon ug pagpasalamat sa mga Katoliko gumikan sa mga nasinati nga katalagman sa masalino ug bagyo nga migo sa Sugbo sa nanglabay nga mga buwan.
Yes, mas daghan karon considering siguro nga niagit ang mga kalamidad, so nagpasalamat ang katawan sa naluwas sila sa naging mga kalamidad na itong naiaguman diri sa
Yakon sa police official nga doon nitabong nga pagkalangay sa prosesyon pag-abot na sa karusa sa atbang sa Abiliana National High School tungod kinahuot ang mga tao gumikan sa bus rapid transit station apan bisan pa man ini nahatagan nila kini og solusyon aron dili mabalda ang kalihukan pinagi sa pag-adjust sa PC nga may nagkordon sa karusa ug walay maipit nga mga deboto nga minunot sa prosesyon.
Kanina dunay gamay sa pinakahulog sa prosesyon, dunay medyo nidili ang pinakaulo sa posisyon na to. Considering paglampas sa PRO 7, kung ma-observe nyo diha natay marag waiting shed nga gihimo diha. So mo tayo nag-cause nga medyo ni sikip ang kuan agyanan.
Pero overall, wala kayo nakakulian dito, sir?
Yes, overall, so pa wala yung reported nga kuan incident.
Dunay sa kababae nga gituhan nga hubog ang gikustodiya sa Abiliana Police Station human ireklamo nga nag-wild o nangluwa sa mga tao nga misalmot sa prosesyon ug paubos kini sa investigasyon. Duha ka oras sa wala pa ang pagsugod sa penitential Walk with Jesus gipakatap na sa kapulisan sa siyudad sa Sugbo ang dulan 5 kagatos ka mga pulis. Wala pay labot niini ang mga force multipliers nga miabag sa kapulisan ug ubang ahensya sa gobyerno sama sa Cebu City Transportation Office, Cebu City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office, Bureau of Fire Protection ug ang kasundaluhan gikan sa Visayas Command. Arnul Bustamante, CCTV News.
Samtang Mandawi City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office andam na sa traslasyon og fluvial procession sunod semana. Kapin usa ka gatos ka mga personnel ang ipakatap matag opisina. Ang kasayuran niatod ni Mary Rose Sagarino.
Sa mga nagsunod-sunod nga panagtigom nga gipahigayon ngadto sa Basilica Minor del Santo Niño, kapulisan ug sa syudad sa Mandawi, nakaandam na ang Mandawi City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office alang sa traslasyon og fluvial procession sunod semana. Matud ni Buddy Alain Ibanez ang pangusabuhatan nga 105 ka mga personnel ang ilang ipakatap ato sa traslasyon sa pagbalhin sa mga imahen sa Sagrada Familia Huwebes sunod semana gikan sa turnover point ngadto sa Barangay Subang Dako hangtod na sa National Shrine of St. Joseph sa Barangay Sentro. Ang personnel ay pakatap sugod alas 6 sa buntag hangtod na alas 5 sa buntag sa sunod nga adlaw.
24 hours gina sila. So ang atoan natin mga medical stations nakabutang na ato mga DRR personnel ug naa sa ato mga barangay RTs. Then that time every 30 minutes magkano na sila magrunda.
Giklaro ni Ibanez nga lahi usab ang gidaghanon nga gipakatap sa ubang law enforcement agencies sama sa Police, Bureau of Fire and Protection, Coast Guard, Philippine Army, Traffic Enforcement Agency of Mandawi kon team ug mga tanod sa barangay. Gawas sa traslasyon, magpakatap usab og personnel ang CDRMO ato sa fluvial procession Sabado sunod semana. Gatusan usab ang i-deploy lakip na ang ubang barangay clusters sa mga viewing areas kung asa modagsa ang mga tao aron motan-aw sa fluvial procession pagsiguro na sa kahapsay ug seguridad.
Na may part mong sa fluvial mang atong gi-deploy sa is ang karagatan cluster. Pero at dire sa ato ang traslasyon is more man ta sa sentro o sa Mahiga cluster.
Ugmang adlaw ipahigayon ang dry run alang sa duha ka kalihukan. Mary Rose Sagarino, CCTN News.
Sa laing bahin, Lapu-Lapu City Mayor Cindy Chan nakigtigom sa mga regional director sa DSWD ug DILG alang sa ASEAN Tourism Forum karong Enero. Lakip usab sa mitambong sa meeting ang pangulo sa mga local offices o gisgutan ang mga pagpangandam. Ang kasayuran ihatod ni Crystal Joy Felerca.
Nakigtigom si Mayor Cindy Chan ngadto sa mga national ug local officials kaganihang buntag aron hisgutan ang mga pagpangandam sa nagsingabot nga ASEAN Tourism Forum 2026. Kung diin ang syudad mo ay mag-host sa mong kalihukan gikan karong Enero 25 ngadto na sa Enero 30 sa Mactan Expo Center. Nitambong sa mong meeting mao si Congressman Junard Dahong Chan, Department of Social Welfare and Development 7 Regional Director Shalane Marie Lucero, Department of Interior and Local Government 7 Regional Director Leocadio Trovella. Ana usab ang mga pangu sa DILG Lapu-Lapu, CSWDO, Tourism Office, Lapu-Lapu City Police Office, City Veterinary Office ug mga representante sa Urban Poor Affairs Office. Ang gihisgutan sa mong panagtigom nakatutok sa koordinasyon sa LGU ug sa mga hingtungdang ahensya sa gobyerno aron nga mahimong hapsay ang pagpahigayon sa maong kalihukan ug masiguro usab ang kaluwasan sa mga delegado. Suma pa ni Mayor Chan nga nagpadayon karon ang clearing operations, beautification, clean-up drives, pagpamintal sa public areas ug aduna na usab gibuhat nga mga lakang para sa mga libod suroy nga mga iro. Kiniaron nga maandam gyud ang syudad sa pag-abot sa libuan ka mga delegado nga mosalmot sa maong international tourism event. Crystal Joy Felerca, CCTN News.
Sa pagpadayon sa itong mga balita, PhilHealth gitahasan ni Presidente Bongbong Marcos Jr. nga ipatuman ang general amnesty alang kini sa mga empleyado ug miyembro nga napakyas sa pagbayad sa ilang mga kontribusyon. Ang kasayuran nihatod ni Gian Navarro.
Gimanduan ni Presidente Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. ang Philippine Health Insurance Corporation kon PhilHealth nga ipatuman ang general amnesty ngadto na sa mga wala nakabayad sa ilang kontribusyon. Subay kini sa patayng pagtabang ngadto sa healthcare sector. Ilabi na sa ubang mga Pilipinong buot makalibre o di baka mugaan-gaan ang gastuhanan sa pagpatambal. Mato ni Marcos Jr. nga ipatuman ang maong amnestiya ngadto sa mga negosyante, private employers ug self-employed nga napakya sa pagbayad silang binuwang kontribusyon. Nabatian sa presidente nga nasinati sa mga members ang 3% contribution sa state health insurer. Ipatuman ng one-time waiver sa pagbayad sa interes sa PhilHealth contributions alang sa mga wala nakahatag sa ilang bayranan gikan July 2013 hangtod December 2024.
Bibigyan natin mga employer na 1 taon para mabayaran na lahat ng na-miss contributions mula 2013 hanggang 2024. At ito po ay palagay namin sa kalkulasyon namin, ito ay makakatulong po sa mga 300,000 na mga benepisyaryo.
Uti Marcos Jr. nga matabangan ang dulan 300,000 ka mga PhilHealth members pinagi sa mong lakang. Samtang giyawag niya ang mga employers nga ilakip ang ilang mga trabahante sa yaman ng kalusugan program kon yakap. Kini aron makapaymos sa primary ug outpatient care diin adunay benepisyong gitanyag ang PhilHealth uban ang mga healthcare partners.
Kaya po, ito po ay patuloy namin ginagawa upang pag-aangin ang dala ng ating mga kababayan tungkol nga sa mga healthcare cost at sa lahat ng iba't ibang hamon na hinaharap ng ating mga kababayan araw-araw.
Gian Navarro, CCTN News.
Sa atong katapusang balita, duha ka drug den sa managlahing lugar sa syudad sa Sugbo gironda sa PIDEA ug sa PNP. Napulo ang nadakpan samtang duha ka minor ang na-rescue nga anaa karon sa kustodiya sa Cebu City Social Welfare and Development Office. Ang kasayuran ihatod ni Arnold Bustamante.
Duha ka drug den nga namutang sa managlahing lugar sa Dakpay Sugbo ang gironda sa mga sakop sa Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency 7 kagahapon. Labing away nga gibungkag nga drug den sa PDEA ug kapulisan sa sudad sa Sugbo alas 5:50 sa hapon dito sa sitio San Jose, barangay sa Mag-uno sa Dakpay Sugbo nga may resulta sa pag-rescue sa duha ka mga minors ug pagkasikop sa laing 5. Si PDEA 7 Director Joel Plaza ila sa mga nadakpan nga may target sa operation nga may nagpadagan sa drug den nga mao silang alias Gasya, 51 anyos ug ang iyang bata-bata nga si alias PJ, 30 anyos puros nagpuyo sa mga napita. Lakip sa nadakpan ang limangan at atlan nga naghingos og shabu sa sulod sa drug den nga mao silang alias Christian, 27 anyos, taga Sambag 1, alias Luis, 50 anyos, construction painter, nga taga Talamban, alias Glenn, 43 anyos, construction worker, taga Talamban, alias Jessa, 32 anyos, production operator, taga Busay, ug alias Henry, 49 anyos, driver, nga taga Manabuyok. Samtang na-rescue ang duha ka mga minors nga nagpangidaron pa og 16 anyos, nga pulos taga Sambag 1, nga naa karon sa kustodiya sa Cebu City Social Welfare and Development Office alang sa imoon nga intervention. Nasakmit sa mga operatiba sa PDS-7 ang 19 ka pakete sa gituang shabu nga motimbang sa 8 gramos ganda na estimated average market value nga 54,000 pesos, bypass money o mga drug paraphernalia. Samtang laing drug den ang girunda sa PDS-7 nga namutang sa sitio Pablo, Barangay Labangon sa siyudad sa Sugbo alas 2:22 sa hapon sa susamang pizza nga misikop sa tulo ka mga tao. Ang mga suspitsado giila nga silang alias Alvin, 45, nga may target sa operation nga mausab ang nagpadagan sa drug den. Lakip sa nadakpan ang duha nga nasa sulod sa drug den nga silang alias Tereso, 46 anyos, ug alias Jaime, 24 anyos, puros mga construction worker nga nagpuyo sa Barangay Labangon. Nasakmit sa PDS-7 ng kapulisan ang 7 ka pakete sa gitong shabu nga motimbang sa 10 gramos nga mobalor ang tanan sa 68,000 pesos ug nagkalain-laing drug paraphernalia. Ang mga nakuhang ebidensya giruso na kini sa PDS-7 Regional Office Laboratory alang sa chemical examination, samtang ang mga suspitsado na sa kustodiya sa PDS-7 Detention Facility sa Barangay Lahog sa siyudad sa Sugbo. Mato ni Lia Alcantara, ang information officer sa PDS-7, nga ang drug din sa Sambag 1 gipaubos kini sa duha ka semana nga case build-up human madawat ang impormasyon gikan sa kasaligang tinubdan. Si alias Glenn kanhina dinakpan sa kaso gihapon sa legal nga drugas niadto nga 2019 apan kasamtangan nga gawas noon tungod sa plea bargain. Samtang ang drug din sa Labangon gipaubos kini sa case build-up niadto pang Oktubre 2025. Di na suspitsado nga mao'y nagpadagan niini makabaligyag 35 gramos nga shabu matag semana. Gianam na ang kaso batok sa mga suspitsado ug magatubang kinig maximum nga penalty nga mao ang life imprisonment ug multa nga 10 million pesos. Samtang atong nadakpan sa sulod sa drug den mabilanggo sulod sa 20 ka tuig ug multa nga 500,000 pesos. Arnold Bustamante, CCT News.
Mao kadto ang mga balita nga nahipo sa atong kaubanan sa CCTN News and Public Affairs Team. Ug kadto mga balita inyo nakita kagahapon sa atong programang Sayre 47. Nya partner sa atong pagbalik kay doon na tayo mga espesyal nga mga dinapit karong buntaga. Dinhi sa atong studio, so diha lang mo kay doon na tay hisgutan kauban ani atong bisita sa atong pagbalik. Please stand by.
Hello Cebu, hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Discover the beauty of the Philippines. With Philippine Airlines, the country's flag carrier. The airline that lets you feel the warmth of the nation. Mabuhay!
Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved. Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. For you are the one I praise. You are the one I praise. Sing it with me. Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved.
Celebrate Sinulog Festival 2026 with Chilen Chicharon. Craving that ultimate fiesta crunch? Message us on our Facebook page now for your favorite Chilen Chicharon. Pit Senor!
Catering services, call on Lourdes Food Products and Catering Services. They accept catering for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, baptisms, conferences, seminars, house blessings, and other special occasions. Lourdes Food Products and Catering Services, located at 180 Katipunan Street, Tisa, Cebu City. For reservations, contact Lourdes Gomez.
Telephone numbers 2626643 and 2618072 and cell phone number 0925-893-3888 and 0922-875-1158.
Lourdes Food Products and Catering Services is willing to serve you.
Hello Cebu, hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Balik ta sa Hello Cebu, maing buntag Pinoy nya sa ato nagikaingon kaganina do natay espesyal nga dinapit karong buntaga, partner.
Kauban nato karong buntaga ang clinic founder and director of Form and Function Corrective Chiropractic Clinic. We have with us, visiting us again for the new year, Dr. Scott Jan. Dr. Jan, good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning. How's everything?
Welcome again to Hello Cebu. It's nice to see you again here.
Thanks. It's great to be back.
We have some questions for you
Yeah.
because it's the new year.
Yeah, it's a new year. So your visit, Doc, comes at a time that we just came from all the food binging and all of that from the holidays. So you come from what we call Form and Function Corrective Chiropractic. What exactly is chiropractic? We've heard this before, but could you explain to our viewers what this is?
Sure. Well, in a nutshell, what chiropractic is, it's reconnecting your brain and your spinal cord, which is your central nervous system, to your body. Right? The communication is essential. Your brain and your spinal cord, they control everything, every muscle, every organ, every cell, as well as how much you can heal. So if that communication has interference, your body doesn't heal very well, body doesn't function very well, and it starts to break down. And chiropractic just removes that interference and allows that God-given potential to express itself.
I think I remember before in one of your guestings here that I was asking, are there people that you just see passing by and then you can tell right away, oh, this guy has a problem and I can help him?
All the time.
Yeah.
I say that to my wife every time I'm in the mall. Typically, the biggest thing I see is forward head posture on people. I feel like just tapping them on the shoulder and then tell them they have to come in and see me. But they have to be ready.
Common causes are also because of cell phone use and always being hunched on laptops, right?
Yeah, so we get this forward head posture because we live in a artificial environment, right? We're sitting all day long, most of us, right? We don't get as much exercise as we should. Like you said, we're on our cell phones, and the body's going to grow in the position we keep it in. If we're keeping it in this position or this position when we're typing in a computer, that's the way it's going to grow.
Yeah, well, for 2025, everyone's been slouched, and Attorney John and me, we feel like whatever you're saying now is directed at us. So, New Year usually is the time for health goals, resetting, restarting. And so, when we say health goals, why is this such a great time to focus on spinal health, overall wellness, and we also say that when you have New Year's resolution, it usually ends on the 5th day of the year and then disappears right after. So why do you think this happens? And based on your experience, what are the common mistakes that people make when they come up with their health goals? Like when we say the mind is willing but the body is weak.
So the first thing I'll say is people typically will have health goals based on external environment or judging with other people, comparing themselves with other people. The biggest thing you can do for success is to align your higher values with those health goals. Because then change becomes natural. But when you look for that external environment, right, then it becomes forced and it becomes a chore, and your brain, typically a part of the brain called the limbic system, which is the emotional center of the brain, doesn't like that. So it's going to do anything it can do to convince you to go back to safety and security, which is sleeping in the bed as opposed to going out and exercise. But when you align it with your higher values, if my higher value is, for example, that I value my life and my health as an expression of the quality of my life, then it becomes automatic.
A lot of people say that their priorities change when they start a family, when they have kids, they want to live longer, they want to be healthier. So I said earlier, the mind is willing, but the conviction is
But the body is sleeping.
it's problematic. Others just want to do yoga, but yoga on the bed, so just sleeping. So what do you suggest is a great place for people to start if they really want to be healthier? When we say that, what realistic and sustainable recommendations do you have?
So first, we want to probably get away from the motivation factor, because everyone's motivated at night before they go to bed, right? We set our alarms at 5 a.m., but when the alarm goes off, the pillow's soft.
Yes.
And so we hit the snooze button, right? So the motivation drops, right? We have to be driven by something else, and that's where our values come in, right? If we use our identity as somebody who cares about their health and their life, right, we're going to be driven to make those changes, as opposed to just trying to grid it with some kind of a external motivation factor.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, Doc, about the spine and the nervous system being key components of the chiropractic practice. So how does that exactly help in achieving like better sleep, better quality of lifestyle, less stress?
So they're not just components towards chiropractic, they're components towards life expression, right? Like I said before, your brain and your spinal cord are the master control system. And if there's interference in that system, we won't get that deep REM sleep that we need to heal and repair both the body and the mind, right? So we'll wake up groggy and tired, and nobody wants to exercise when they're groggy and tired. We also, digestion will suffer. If we're stuck in what we call fight or flight, which is a survival mechanism, right? The body is going to shunt all its energy towards survival. So immune system will suffer, right? Healing and repair. So the body may injure itself and we'll get inflammation. And none of these things are conducive to wanting to get up and move and exercise, or to eat right, or to get better mental emotional health.
So,
yes.
yeah, sige, Attorney, go. You started talking about the spine already, and most of the time, when we hear chiropractic practices, we most of the time think it's just about the back, because that's what we see, even on TikTok, cracking here and there, and it's always the back. So, can you explain how this supports health in its entirety, like what you said, the relationship between the nervous system and how you deal with stress and how it affects a lot of things?
Sure, absolutely. So the spine and the nervous system, right, is going to send a signal down and out through the spinal nerves to the body, and then the body's going to send a signal back. Now, if your frame is not in the position that God made it, you're going to have interference, right? So that communication system gets interrupted. Right? Think of if you have your children in the other room. Parents aren't around, there's no communication. Kid's going to run wild, right? No discipline, right? If we can clear that interference and get the body talking again, the brain and spinal cord are going to do what they naturally do, which is health and vitality, right? We are designed to be healthy. We're not designed to be sick, right? One thing that kind of irritates me is I get a lot of people that say, oh, my genetics, right? Right? God doesn't make mistakes, right? He made us perfect, right? The problem is we mess it up with the artificial lifestyle, the artificial diet, right? The excessive stress that we have. So we can remove those, and with chiropractic, we remove the physical stress on the body that allows the body to go into, switch from a sympathetic, which is a survival mechanism, to a parasympathetic, which is a healing mechanism.
You're talking about healing. In the Philippines, where healthcare is not, if you rate
priority.
healthcare between 1 to 10, I'd say it's a 2. So in the Philippines, you only go have yourself checked most of the time if you feel something painful or if you feel something that's out of the usual or out of the ordinary. When would you recommend is a great time for a person to visit your clinic, because other than when they wait for something painful to happen?
First thing I'll say is I'm from America, so if you guys are at a 2, we're at a -2. America spends more money on healthcare than every other country in the world, but yet our quality of life is lower. Right? Our life expectancy is lower than most other countries. Right? So I can sympathize with you there. What I'll say is that there's an old Chinese expression: we don't start digging the well when we're thirsty. Right? We dig the well before we're thirsty. And if you value your life and you value your health, we want to take steps on a daily basis, right? We take a vitamin on a regular basis. Make sure we're getting quality sleep. Make sure our stress is not such that we're constantly in that survival fight or flight mechanism. So chiropractic is going to assist in that. It's like going to the dentist for cleaning. You don't go to the dentist only when you have a cavity. You go to make sure that you have a wellness checkup. Chiropractic's along that same lines.
How often do you recommend in a year that a person would have themselves checked? Because I'm sure Attorney John has a very stressful life with hearings here and there, no? So we don't usually like say, oh, I'm going to a chiropractic clinic today because I just want to see, diba? So I assume you've never been, because I've never been.
I've never been, and I think the misconception, Doc, is that you only go there if you have, as you said, back pain.
That's like saying I only go to the dentist if I have tooth pain, right?
Yeah.
No, then you're going to lose all your teeth.
Yeah,
Right?
so how often would you recommend in a year?
It depends on the individual's needs. So if we're trying to correct something, to reestablish proper balance and proper structure, it's going to be a little bit more frequent, like twice a week, depending. We look at an x-ray and see if there's any degeneration or things like that. If everything is fine, then we would say twice a month, because it takes 2 weeks for nerve pressure to start to deteriorate that nerve. So after 2 weeks, the nerve is starting to damage itself and not be able to communicate long term, right? When we never want that to happen, because that nervous system is the lifeblood of our life.
Is age also a factor?
Yeah, as we get older, we don't heal as much, right? We slow down, metabolism slows down, everything slows down.
And we have more stress as we age.
Yeah, and typically that stress piles on top of each other, both physical, mental, emotional, and biochemical stress.
Partner, speaking of age, Doc, is chiropractic care also like available, or can kids, senior, the elderly, the let's say athletes and other, say, pregnant women, can they go to your clinic and have chiro care?
Yeah, so chiropractic is for everybody. Right? If you're alive, chiropractic is for you. When we talk about pregnant women, it's a subset that's extremely important, because the nervous system develops by movement, right? And if a baby's developing in the uterus and the mother's pelvis is twisted, right, you have something called a round ligament, which is going to pull on that uterus and create tension. So the baby can't move around. Can't move around, nervous system doesn't develop as well as it should, right? You don't have as healthy a baby as you possibly could. Then after, right, it also, studies show that the birth process is much easier when a woman's under chiropractic care. And when we talk about the baby, right, if you've ever seen a baby being born, right, they use either forceps or a vacuum extractor, they're pulling on the neck, they're turning the neck to try and get the shoulders through the birth canal, right? Very traumatic. Then what happens? The baby's stuck like this for 9 months, they pull it into extension and slap the baby up. There's a lot of trauma there.
Some
The baby
even
becomes
have
colicky.
damage, right, with their body parts.
Yeah, you can get, the nerve can be interfered with, and you can get drop arm or something like that.
So, thank you for that question, because I also wanted to know, no, for minors, for seniors especially because most of the time, ang seniors monggo, they're the ones that really slip easily, they get accidents all the time, so that. But aside from that, I also want to know about the lifestyle that we've been having, especially after the pandemic, where everything's online, even classes are online, so most of the time, people got used to working from home, VA lifestyle, where you just sit in front of a computer and So then, what damage does that do if you're just seated most of the time or majority of the day?
Well, number one, it's going to change your posture, right? If we're seated for long periods of time, going from the top down, we're going to see a forward head posture because typically when we see something, especially something of interest on a screen, we have a tendency to move closer towards it, right? So that's going to...
That's me.
That's going to take out the protective curve in the neck, right? So you don't have any kind of shock absorption, and the neck will degenerate a lot faster than it should. Then we'll see rounded shoulders, right? Because we're typing or something like that.
I think he's making an assessment of me. So, okay.
Rounded
so that's a common thing,
shoulder,
right?
Okay.
And that'll wing your scapula, right? The shoulder blade there will start to stick out, right? Which we can see that medial border near the spine will start to stick out. And you'll start to get muscle spasm or weakness or tightness in that area. And as we move down, right, as the hips are stuck in a flexed position, we're going to shorten muscles like the hip flexors, right, which will pull strain on the low back. And
then you cannot walk properly anymore. So it's not panuhot.
It's not
It's
panuhot,
muscle
partner.
spasm.
Even while he is already talking, I feel like
An assessment.
my posture.
That's why I like him visiting because I always tend to sit up properly. When we were young, our parents will say, sit up straight.
Yeah.
And then now you only sit up straight when Doc John's here.
And so you've mentioned the things that many people do that they don't expect can actually affect also their posture and also what daily habits, simple daily habits, Doc, can you tell our viewers in order to protect their spine and their nervous system?
Sure. So first thing is to be conscious of your movement, right? If we start from the morning, right, we should wake up and start with some form of exercise.
Oh, you don't wake up and get your phone right away? I thought that's the default, no?
For the first 10 minutes until I wake up. But a 20-minute walk in the morning is going to do wonders for you. Number one, it's going to stimulate the nervous system. As I said before, the nervous system is a sensory-based organ. So we want that signal getting to the brain to wake it up. It's going to release a lot of hormones.
Can you please
and
tell
endorphins.
him so that he wakes up? 20-minute walk.
It'll also do wonders for your mental emotional aspect. Right? Studies show that a 20-minute walk is just as effective as, say, a drug like Prozac or something like that, and no side effects other
So
than good ones.
best in the morning, Doc, not in the evening.
Well, the reason why it's also good in the morning is because you get morning sun, right? And sun exposure is going to give you vitamin D, which is great for immune system, right? It's a hormone more than a vitamin, and it's essential for our good health. Not to mention that the day gets very busy. If we can start the day off with a win, right, we feel like the rest of the day is going to be okay. Versus towards the evening, we're tired, right, stressed, we have to deal with kids, like things pop up all the time. We get it out of the way in the beginning, right, you're already a success.
Best to start the day. Also, going back to neck, back, and spinal issues, what's a warning sign that we should not ignore? Because as I said before, I don't know if you've heard this, maybe you did, when you say panuhot is a term that people in Cebu use, but medical experts really don't believe it, you know. So when there's pain, panuhot, and then you put liniment and all. So when do you know that this is already something that you should not ignore?
So first, we shouldn't ignore pain. Again, if we go back to our dentist example, if you had a cavity and your dentist just gave you a painkiller, you wouldn't go back to that dentist, right? You want to get to the cause of the problem, right? So there's always a reason why we have pain. So just to subvert the pain with some kind of a drug is dangerous, right? Because the degeneration, the dysfunction is going to keep on going until some disease process pops up. So after pain, we're going to get swelling, right? And again, swelling seems to be, at least in the medical community, the cause or the bad guy in the group. But swelling is the first part of healing, right? Anytime you get swelling and inflammation, that's the body starting the healing process. So we don't want to take an anti-inflammatory. We want to, number one, understand why we're getting the swelling. And then number two, assist the body throughout that swelling process, right? But not subvert it, because the body's always going to try and do whatever it can to protect you and to keep you alive. After that, we're going to get muscle spasm or tightness. Muscles move bones. So if bones in your frame are off their axis or off their center of gravity, muscles are going to tighten up to try and lock that down, right? That's why when we get a massage, it feels great, but the next day the muscle's tight again, right? Because the frame hasn't changed, right? And the muscle has to take over part of what the bones are supposed to do, right? After that, you're going to look at posture, right? My clinic is called Form and Function for a reason, because your form is going to dictate your function. And as I say all day long, you can't improve on God. God designed your body to be a certain way, right? Level on the front view and aligned on the side view.
Is this how God?
So if we're off, right, the function is going to be off.
Okay.
And it's going to have stress in inappropriate areas, which is going to have some kind of dysfunction.
Now, Doc, for someone who hasn't like tried chiro before,
Like us.
will we break our bones? That's the first question. During the first session,
What happens on
what
the first
happens?
session? What can we expect?
So typically when a patient comes into our clinic, right, we take a thorough history to find out how much trauma and stress they've been under. Okay. After that, we're going to look at their posture and see if there are any abnormalities in that. We're going to check movement patterns to see if there's dysfunction in the movement. Right? Then we're going to see how the nervous system is working. When we find dysfunction, chiropractors do what we call an adjustment. We move the bone, that pseudo armor that protects that delicate central nervous system, into a better position that's going to allow better movement. It's going to take pressure off the nerves, allow better communication, and allow the body to do what it naturally does, which is heal and repair itself.
Is it going to be painful?
Typically, no. And I say typically no, because as I mentioned before, muscles move bones. So there's a fear factor here, where sometimes patients are uncomfortable and they'll tense up a little bit. And so the muscle is tense, trying to keep that bone in place, and I'm trying to fight against that muscle. So if we're not relaxed, maybe just a little uncomfortable, but we have techniques to try and distract you. I'll tell you a funny joke, which I think is funny, but other people don't. And then we move the bone when you're not, you're not
we
expecting
need to
it.
visit your clinic to get
For the joke.
for the joke.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So is this also safe? Because a lot of older generation do not do this, do not do that. It is
myths.
dangerous. Yes, yes.
So chiropractic's extremely safe if you go to a qualified chiropractor. I know there's, last year there was a big news story of someone down, I think, Cagayan de Oro.
Yes.
Of breaking
Became
someone.
viral, right?
Yeah, well, he was not a chiropractor. He was a bone setter. I don't know exact, but I know he didn't go to chiropractic school. He did a manipulation which no chiropractor would ever do, and unfortunately the gentleman died. So you want to go to somebody who's qualified and trained. After that, I'll say that chiropractic is perfectly aligned with removing any interference and allowing God's intelligence to flow through you, right? When you do that, everything works and miracles happen, right? It's not dangerous at all. Last thing I'll say on that is, if you look at actuaries in insurance, right? Those guys are pretty smart because they have to keep the money coming in. My malpractice insurance is low. Right? A medical doctor's malpractice insurance is higher just because of the nature of their job. And I'm not saying that nobody should not go to medical doctor because they save lives on a daily basis. But the risk is a lot higher, right? Because we have adverse effects with drugs, right? And then if there's surgery, the malpractice is really high because things happen at no fault of the doctor. But the risk is much, much higher than something that we would do.
Is it also crucial for a person who hasn't been so active and then decide for healthier lifestyle and be more active to see you first before doing something strenuous?
I would suggest yes, because everything starts with the nervous system. If your nervous system has too much interference and you're in a state of survival, to put more stress on that system is going to just put you into more of a survival state. You're going to release something called cortisol, which is very inflammatory, right? You're not going to get the benefits that you can. Additionally, the people who eat maybe say, oh, well, I eat a perfect diet. But if you can't assimilate that food, if it just comes in and goes out and the absorption is not there because your digestion is off because your nervous system controls that, and if that can't do that properly, right, the diet we eat is going to be ill-effective.
Doc, I'm curious, how has been the reception here in Cebu for chiropractic care? I mean, are there many Cebuanos going to your clinic and realizing that they need this in their lives, or do we still have room for like more people to be educated?
So the reception has been great because anytime I look for a country to go to, one of the first things I look for is what's the religious factor in that country, because people who maybe don't believe in God, chiropractic maybe not be as much for them, and they look towards a medical community. People who believe in God, which most Filipinos do, right? They understand that God's intelligence flows through us. We have health and vitality. Interference in that system, and we don't. And we don't need to look towards some external potion, lotion, something outside of the intelligence that we were given at birth to make us healthy. Right? If we can just express more of our potential, right, that's when miracles happen.
Okay, so another question, personal question, because Apple Watches, right, they check your steps. And then there was one time, I wasn't really curious about it, but there was one time I was told, or it prompted that there is a problem with your balance in your steps, and there is a high chance later on that you might be prone to falling. So these prompts, have you also received this here in Cebu? Is this common?
I'm not familiar with Apple Watch. I'm old school. I got a regular watch. So I'm not totally familiar with that. What I will say is that if your gait is off, your walking is off, you have something called proprioception. That's your body's ability to know where it is in space without having to look at it. Right? That's due to nervous system control. And if that's off, we're going to walk and we're not going to know exactly if our foot is on an even setting or whatnot. We could twist an ankle, right? The risk profile for injury goes way, way up, right? Also, if our balance is off, right? If our structure is off, our weight's going to be off. Think of a car that needs wheel alignment, right? If that tire is sitting crooked, you're going to get excess of wear on one side versus the other. Same sort of thing will happen with the body.
Okay. Is that something that you can check when people go to your clinic?
It's not only something we can check, it's something we can drastically improve.
Okay.
So, Doc, if we would want to talk more, a little bit more, but in the interest of time, Doc, if you have one powerful message to our viewers who are watching us right now, this new year, what would that be?
So my one take-home message is this. You weren't born flawed. You were born perfect, right? Trust the design that God gave you. It is perfect. If you are suffering from some kind of disease, some kind of illness, it's because there's interference towards that intelligence that we were given. Okay? If we can restore that intelligence, support the body with what it needs, right, biochemically, mental, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, right, you're going to express all that God-given potential. Right? And then, again, that's when the miracle happens.
That's a powerful message, partner.
Thank you so much, Doc, for visiting. And please invite our viewers to visit you, how to reach you if they want to try.
How can we book an appointment?
So, our clinic is called Form and Function Corrective Chiropractic. We're located in Apple One Tower, which is right across from Ayala Mall in Business Park. The easiest way would probably be to go to our website, which is formfunctionchiropractic.com. And there you can learn more about our clinic, more about what chiropractic is. You can book an appointment either online or our phone number will be there. You can give us a call and our staff will be happy to help you.
Do you also have social media accounts, Doc?
Yeah, we have them all. Facebook, Instagram, X. They're all, and links are for those are on our website as well. You can find us there.
Thank you so much again, Doc. We look forward to learning again more from you the next time you come back, and perhaps fixing what needs to be fixed with
every new year.
Not necessarily, but thank you so much. And
thank you, Doc Scott.
Yes, thank you. Mubalik mi, human sa pipila ka pahinumdum. Please stand by.
Hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Your path to a new start. nutrition,
exercise and elimination,
water,
sunlight,
temperance,
air,
rest and recreation,
and most of all,
trust in God. Learn from our doctors.
Be blessed by the testimonies of our overcomers.
Ang inyong programa,
Alam sa may sakit, walay sakit, ug dili ganahan magkasakit.
Ozone Med Wellness Clinic New Start. Mapapanood every Saturday 8 to 9 a.m.
Og ang replay airing matag Miyerkules 1:00 hangtod 2:00 sa hapon. Dinhilang sa
CCTN Channel 47. New Start, Ozone Med Health and Wellness Talk.
In the heart of Cebu lies an ideal place for the people on the go. Uncle Tom's Cabin Hotel gives guests a convenience of quick and easy access to Cebu's business centers, offers spacious rooms furnished with all the modern-day amenities. Uncle Tom's Cabin Hotel, located at NP Yap Street, Barangay Capital Site, Cebu City. For reservations, call 032-888-8667.
Sorry ma'am, na-late ko. Nangita pa mong gusto para internet sa kong anak ma'am.
Ay, wala na yung problema. Mag-CEBU!
CEBU. For your internet connection.
And for the signal of your cable TV.
So fast and straight the transmission to your home.
CEBU!
CEBU.
Offers you to have fiber optics.
For your viewing experience, perfect and clear, so fast.
So great and affordable for you to enjoy.
CEBU Television Network Incorporated offers fiber to the home broadband internet, bundled with fiber to the home cable TV connection. CEBU Television Network Incorporated, with its operation in Metro Cebu and the whole province of Cebu soon.
And affordable for you to enjoy.
CEBU!
Hello Cebu, hello Cebu, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy, maayong buntag Pinoy.
Balik sa Hello Cebu, may buntag Pinoy. Gamay niya lang kay tag-oras pero ato lang yun ning ipadangat, no? Kay na-update kaganina si Cebu City Mayor Nestor Archibal kabahin adtong nahitabo nga landslide kagahapon didto sa kining
Barangay
Binalyo, no? So didto sa Barangay Binalyo kagahapon na nadahili tong bukid ngadto nga punos basura unya. Initial reports were duha ka andana but kaganina sa dugang ng mga detalye tulo din ni ka andana ilang opisina ang uban attorney padung na mo out. So as of 7:20 karong buntaga, update ni Mayor Nestor Archibal nga matud pa di lang day ni 30 to 40 ka mga empleyado kundi 110 ka mga empleyado ang nalambigit ni ining maong aksidente, no? Nya sa iyang pag-update 12 na ang na-retrieve og naa sa mga tambalanan, 38 ka mga individual ang padayong gipangita og usa na ang kumpirmado nga namatay dead on arrival ni kagahapon dito sa North General Hospital. Nagpadayon sila attorney sa ilang search, rescue and retrieval operations samtang duna say multi-agency support nga gipahigayon on ground, no? So
pila ka missing partner?
38.
38 ang
Oh, so
missing.
kagahapon mga 20 pa to, karon 38 di ay. So ang naa sa tambalanan 12, ang naa sa Visayas Medical Center 7, sa North Gen 5, missing persons 38, patay usa, 22 anyos, babay, no? Usa ni sa ilahang mga officers sa didto. So padayon pa ni ilahang rescue and retrieval, manghinaot lang yun nga unta kanang mapunan pa ang mga makuha attorney kay 38 is too many. Dunay
Daghang
usa ka
apartment.
ganina nga gi-report naminaw ko nilang Dennis sa ilahang update. Dunay usa nga to attorney nga ang nakita katunga sa iyang lawas kay naipit no. Moong gitagaan nag oxygen. So you are now fighting not just mga debris but also kanang kabaho nga makakuan pod.
stench.
Kana pod siya. Sus ko ka-imagine ingon gid ko gapon sa akong mama what a sad way to die. You die by garbage or you die by whatever is heavy.
Nya ato sad ning i-monitor partner kung doon na by liability ani ang operator sa ang private operator because this
crime
is
waste.
this is a privately run nga landfill diha sa Barangay Binaliw.
Yes, they have already kanang expressed ilang cooperation to the investigation nga himuon unya sa Cebu City government. But dunay reports nga naghimo ni sila og laing agiana no probably because of the heavy nga kanang
Grabe
traffic
naman, okay.
diha
Bukid
sa
na gid ay siya.
bukid na gid siya ningon ako mama unsa mong guday nakataas. So apparently taas kaayo kay tulo ka anda na gud ilang office ni natabunan. So kana no we will see. And I think importante sad kay ng integrity of the soil nga gitungtungan ana sad.
Kana. And then kung doon na ba'y negligence, bisag kinsa, from top to bottom sa management, kung doon na ba'y mga pagpabaya diha atong tanaw nun niya.
And even the government officials who also are involved in these
kay i-inspect
transactions.
man na supposedly ang
Yes.
mga kana regular inspection diha sa kuan, estado or sa status.
So kana, that's a very kanang kuan nga picture no of what happened. So atangin ninyo ang dugang updates sa ato mga balita unyang hapon sa Sairi 47 kay wa naman sad tay oras. Ato ipadangat ang giandam ni Tatay Dodong ani ang pulong kinabuhi.
Ang pulong mo ang diwat sa dalang ko.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Ang paglitok nini, tamis kayo alang kanato mga Katoliko. Maman gani nga ang pag-ampo sa Santos nga Rosario, gihimong devotions sa tanang mga Katoliko. Why do we pray the Hail Mary? Wa kita mag-ampo ngadto kang Maria. Kita naghangyo kaniya, ngay ampo kita niya. Dako kayo ang role ni Mary sa atong kaluwasan. Kay diha kini magsugod siyang pagsugot sa kabubuton sa man. Sa Lucas 1:38 nagaingon, mingon si Maria, sulugon ako sa Ginoo. May tabo unta kanako ang imong gisulti. Mao kini ang oras nga si Kristo miabot diha sa katawhan. Busa dili mahimo isalikway nato si Maria. Pag himo ni Jesus na bino sa tubig, gihimo kini niya tungod sa hangyo ni Mary. Kini mo igong kamaturan nga si Mary ang lamang sa atong pagtawon o demosyon. Tungod kay siya, inahan sa atong mahal nga Jesus Kristo. Busa sa imong pag-ampo sang pita usab si Mary, pinagi sa paglitok dinhi. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now at the hour of our death. Amen. Maigsoon, mao kini ang pulong nga naghatag kanato giya karong adlaw. Magampo kita. Sa samahan sa anak sa Espiritu Santo. Nagitong amahan, salamat sa imong paghatag kanamo sa mahal nga Birhen. Salamat nga siya niya uban kanamo nga among gihimo usab ngayon. Kay kung wala si Mama Mary, walay makapahimanglo kanamo pud kami na isalaan na sa among dalan. Siya isip among inahan ang kanunay nasa among kiliran nga maghatag kanamo og giya ngadto padulong sa imong bugtong anak ka Jesus. Amen. Mansamahan sa Anak sa Espiritu Santo.
Pulong og kinabuhi ni Tatay Dodong Limchua mo nagtapos sa tong tulumanon. Dagang salamat sa Philippine Airlines.
Thank you Archbishop Alberto Uy, Nanay Diana Limchua ug Tatay Dodong Limchua.
Thank you Sir Danis Tabar, itong mga kaubanan sa TOC, Sir Robert, Miss Inday, Sir Matmat, Miss Mabel, Miss Joanne.
Sir Michael, Sir Rodel, Sir kinsa pa gito sir? Sir Michael, Sir Rodel, Sir Raymond ug Sir Ferdy. Naram din diha.
Ang ako may wala.
Ay mo may wala.
Nakuyawan din siya. Salamat sa iyong pagpakig-uban mga imig dispensa na extend ta kadali because interesting sad kaayo ang ato ang bisita kaganina. Ako si Maluy Nocando Tabar.
Si Attorney John Destacamento.
Magkita tayo balik inig ka Lunes sa itong programang Hello Cebu.
Maayong Buntag, Pinoy.
God bless us all.
Bantay ko.
Hello Cebu,